I am Roy David, representing an organization called Kurd Organization for Rural Development, which is basically working with the indigenous people in southern part of India. I come from a place called Kurd, which is in the Western Ghats, southwestern Ghats region. I am also National Steering Committee member of the CGP India. Related with also National Adivasi Alliance, which works in 8 states, different states in the country, basically focusing on the Adivasi livelihood issues and their cultural identity questions. You know, Adivasis are the indigenous people.
Can you spell it to the table? How it's
A-D.
Left hand.
Then we can search for more information. Excellent. Thank you.
It's like aboriginal. The Adivasis are indigenous people, are the first people of the world, which universally accepted, but they have become the last people of the world, especially if you consider India. We have more than 90 left.
They are 4% of total population.
No,
More than
now it is 8%.
8%.
8% of the population. And most of these Adivasis, they are living in the forests or in the hilly areas. And these areas are with rich natural resource bases. And these were the livelihood resource base of these communities. And they have been protecting and leading the life, simple life there. But now, as you know, from the globalization process, most of these multinational companies, they are coming into these areas in the name of development. Their lands are taken away from the Adivasis and they are displaced from their homelands, and they are put into a lot of problems. If there is any resistance or any questioning, either they will be branded as Naxalites. Naxalites means Maoist or extremist. They can be shot down. They can be put inside the jail. So by hook or crook, they want to take away the land and resources from these communities. And then it is handed over to the multinational companies. And here, just in the beginning, a friend who wrote that book on the hydroelectricity he was sharing, and I started realizing and started understanding the Sami situation during our last 2 days visit and what are the issues and problems they are facing. And I can also relate with our own Adivasis. It is almost same. The Adivasis have their own cultural identities, they have their own cultural practices, and they are the real protectors of the forest. And by nature, they have their own conservation values. Even if they go and collect some food for their livelihood, they will ensure it doesn't disturb or destroy the nature. They don't go against the nature, they go along with the nature, they live in harmony with the nature. Even while collecting, for example, if Jenu Kurubas are there, the tribal community which is found in Karnataka mostly, these communities, they have value like sharing and caring. Sharing and caring not among themselves, also with the nature and with the birds and animals. If they collect, Jenu means honey. So they are basically honey collectors and food gatherers. Even when they collect honey, they will ensure a portion is left for the bear and for the birds. Whereas the mainstream society, if we get a chance, we want to take and grab everything for us. Not only for us, for our future 4 generations. We are not bothered, it is going to imbalance the ecology and it is going to destroy something. We are mostly concerned about individual needs and individual greed. More than need, it is for our greed. So, most of our central part of India and northern part of India, if you take northeast, there is no road, no development, nothing. Now the roads are made only for the military vehicles to go there and suppress the indigenous people there. It is to have control over the land and take away the resources. And in northeast you see there is always like war. And there is a special armed act. One of the lady, she is going to complete,
She has already
she has already completed 12 years of hunger strike. Sharmila.
She is taking food through intravenous. No food. Force fed.
And we are talking about human rights, we are talking about human beings, nature, and how we can, if we are going against the nature, we can protect the nature. And for all our deeds in the name of development, in the name of scientific advancement, we are going against the nature and destroying. And we could see, we were all waiting for snow to have a look and experience. We were in Inari yesterday. We could see snow. There is no snow. By this time, we were seeing the history in that museum. This time it should be so much of cold and snow. Nothing is there. And we also heard that the Sami people, they are losing the right over their lands. It is the same thing in India. The communities are losing their rights. It is becoming individualistic. And individuals can buy, not only the local individuals now. Earlier, we fought against the British when they colonized us. And we got freedom in 47. Today, there are hundreds of British. Hundreds of people from outside, they can come, they can take the land, and local people, they are losing their resources, and there is no way they can express their voices. So, there are attempts to bring these people together, have agitations, dharnas, and bring their voices to be heard, both at the state level, national level, and international level. These efforts are going on, but it is very, very difficult because the stringent laws even to control the NGOs has started. The recent one is that we cannot even support a dharna, sit-in protest. If you do sit-in protest, it is considered as politics, and we can be put behind bars. Our funding source can be curtailed. So this is the situation of Adivasis, but still the struggles are going on. Adivasis are getting united. It is clear now, and people are able to understand, as Adivasis alone, or indigenous people alone cannot fight this struggle. To protect their community rights, even though we have national law which was passed through the struggles of the Adivasis in 2006, the law is not implemented, and the process is going on to pressurize the government to implement that law in true spirit. So in that process also we started realizing fighting alone is not possible, and there is a need for all the other communities who are having the same situation should come together and fight. And recently we had a community rights sangama, where all those communities who are dependent on natural resources, not only forest, water, land. So Adivasis, fisher folk, Dalit, women and children who will be affected by taking away their natural resource bases have to come together that for that we organized a national level conference. The people had come together, and there is a feeling that by uniting and networking, we will be able to make some impact. And we also started realizing when we heard the Sami issues here, there is a need for the international level networking also to come together, all those communities who are dependent on natural resources, to come together to protect the nature and also protect our livelihood. Unless there is a change in our lifestyle, like Adivasi way of living, which is simple and content life, we will not be able to save this Mother Earth. And there is a need for more and more people to understand this and come together. Thank you so much.